Look at that number up there. Look at that payroll number up there. We've shaved $5,000 from the payroll budget. I've done the most magic during a transfer window that I've ever done, and that is not an overstatement, my friends. Let's go take a look. Goodness. Welcome back in, my friends. It's episode 6. I feel like the first 5 episodes we've always started with transfers, but this time it's actually because of an actual transfer window rather than trialing and panicking and having to buy whoever we can buy. But my goodness, we were on 29 and change, I believe, when you last saw us, and then the board came in and said, hey, mate, you need to get it down to 25. And then as I lowered it, they lowered it again. So, like, without even saying anything, so they've knocked my payroll down to below 25. It's now just obviously 26 euros short of 25,000, and we've shaved $5,000 plus off the weekly wages. Like, I think I deserve an award, really, like a medal. And we got a new president, and he's like, oh, no future investment in the club. I'm like, can we do anything? Like, could we go get a sponsor maybe? Could we try for that? Nothing. Let me show you what I've done. You'll notice our scouting budget is 11,330. They bumped it up to 29. So one of the things, if you're trying to save a club, like I am, and get your payroll down, first thing you can do is come into your scouting budget and you roll it down towards your transfer budget. For some reason, you can't do it completely. So I was only able to take 29 grand and take half of it. So it's like 14 grand went to the transfer budget. So that then, oh, I did some magic, my friends. I was able to use that to buy a center back for like 11 or 12 grand. And then that left a little bit of transfer budget that I could roll into the payroll budget. So that was a big thing. I wish I could have taken the whole thing. Like, let's just not scout this year. Only scout when they come to play us, you know, like, but apparently Football Manager doesn't allow you to not scout at all. Even though I took the packages off, I still couldn't do anything with the budget. So I was like, well, we might as well have the packages we have last season, which is, I think, the league above us, the league we're in, and the league below us, maybe on the youth and the whatever professional side, whatever the senior team side. So we weren't able to roll the entire scouting budget in, but that helped us out a bit, primarily because I already had a transfer lined up, and all of a sudden they took away all my transfer budget. So I had like, I don't know, 24 or 14 grand or something set aside already, and I needed 11 or 12 because of the sign-on fee and the agent fee and all that. And it was like, how are we going to make that happen? So it was, I mean, we got so lucky that they upped the scouting budget to 29 so I could pull 14 in of it and use 12 of it for that one signing. But my friends, that didn't bring our payroll budget down. That actually increased it because he's like 1.2 or 1.3K a week. So, oh, this is painful. It has been almost fire sale-ish, except not selling anything, more like throwing things out of the burning building for free. Maybe is how I would word it. Let's look here. Okay, so these are the ins. Let me show you the ins. This is the positive. You'll note we haven't spent a penny, which is strange because we have, but I guess it's not. It's from the transfer fee rather than the sign-on fee. But Asier Nalda is Spanish. We brought him in on a trial. Came in, looked good. 3.5 star, potentially 4.5 star. Got him on a rotation contract. He's going to be backing up Mons Kjall, even though he's better than him, because Mons is on a first-team contract, and you know he was already here. And I wanted Nalda to be able to be tutored potentially. He's already got 12 determination, but I was hoping we could tutor him because he's young enough. So not putting him on a first-team contract, but quite happy with him. Good crossing, really good acceleration and pace. You know, he's got some stuff to do on the technicals, but not a lot of red. Concentration's horrific, but you know. Those things are going to happen. In preseasons, he scored 4 goals, 4 assists, 2 players in the match on 8-3-2. Doesn't say anything because it's preseason, but better than a 6.0. Marcus Monson, who I believe I may have already shown you, like him because he's versatile. He really can play any of these 3 roles. Ideally, we play him as like a poacher or really an advanced forward, but can also play the attacking midfield role or the advanced playmaker role, and in a pinch can play inside forward. So excellent pickup here. Really, really, really happy with him. Again, rotation contract, 2-year deal, valued at 145K. Lovely stuff. Robin Johansson, who the board is saying they think is a poor signing, was somebody that the previous general manager, when I first came in, like the day I came in, they agreed to this signing before I could change all the staff responsibilities to where like I get to decide all that stuff. And now they're saying like, we think he's a poor signing. I'm like, yeah, he is. You signed him. Like, don't get mad at me about that. I didn't agree to it. So he's not going to be worth anything. Nicholas Johansson, because we were in a bit of a midfielder pinch, like I told you, 3.5 star with 4.5 star definite potential ability. There's no gray. It's a definite thing. Advanced playmaker, could play deep line playmaker if we want to go that route. Not really so much on the support because his heading is not so good and his marking and tackling aren't the best. So he's definitely more of the guy that you want, like the number 8 you want getting forward rather than the guy dropping back. But got him on a 2-year deal, $925 first team contract, because again, I was planning on losing both of our midfielders. And then this is the center back signing. I love it. He's already got gray hair. Jacob Lundgren, 3.5 star current ability and potential ability. Fairly loyal. Of course, that's what you want. But 1.3K, he was definitively better than our center backs. So he's a half star better than the ones we have and had. We had to lose some of them. Got poor technique, unlikely to improve in the future. Unhappy with training, whatever. But again, good player for most sides. Bravery and work rate, works well within a team, blah, 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 blah. And with a love of determination, he can be used to tutor some, not everybody, but again, central defender, looks pretty good. Quite happy with the pickup, 6'1". Argues with officials, not the best. I'm sure he'll get sent off at least once this season for like, we'll give up a penalty and then he'll argue about it and get sent off. But 12, 13, 13 on the heading, marking, and tackling. I think it's a good pickup, and it's a 3-year deal, so quite happy with him. You'll notice we have loaned out the entire team, is what it seems like. So Adrian Egvis is the big one. He was worth like 150K. I tried to sell him, and then I tried to loan it because it was like he's 1.3K. We have to get the wage budget down by more than $5,000. Well, there's a big chunk of it. And so I listed him. Nobody wanted him. When we hired or when we signed Nalda, he was like, "Hey, I feel like you're trying to replace me." And I took a risk because he was the team leader at the time, and I was like, that's what happens. Like, one of the things was like, that's what happens in soccer. We are bringing in better players. And he was like, fair enough. And so he went out on loan for $775 a week. I would have liked more, but I didn't want to push it because they were willing to pay. So we still have, what is it, $575, $525 a week that we're paying, but at least they're paying $775. That brought the wage budget down. And really, he's just going to see at the end of his contract. I've got him listed for like 40K or something like that, 70K. And no one is coming on him. So he's just gonna disappear. Daniel Martinson has gone out on loan. I was gonna try and sell him, but nobody wanted him. He's been essentially replaced through better signings. So they are paying his full wages, $550 a week. That again, that's half of $1,000. We're trying to get below 5,000, or we're trying to lower it 5,000. So again, just not very good for us. So I was happy someone picked him up till the end of the season. We did loan out Maxime Moulin, who's the youngster that we brought in. Good potential player. It was just, again, he's on high wages. He's on $500 a week, so we loaned him for $500 a week. And it's in the Pepsi Devlin in Iceland, the top division. It's like 8 leagues below us in reputation, so it's not like a huge step down. Should give him a decent enough challenge. Tobias Nilsson has left on a free, which is fine. He wasn't going to make it here. 28 rating. Woo. Philip Emanuelson, who's one of our youngsters, loaned out. 110 of the 120 a week because he got a 10% raise or whatever it was. But trying to loan people out. Vessel Fickert, love the name, on 130 a week. Loan him out for 120 a week to Eskilstuna City, which is like, I'm sure, down the street. Again, good prospect. Glad we picked him up. Just not going to be a good enough to probably be a backup or a starter for us, and we needed to lower the wage budget. You're noticing a theme here. So everybody else, big one is Matteo Conti. Loaned him out. I think he's an exciting young prospect. He's 18. I'm just trying to get him first team minutes and have someone pay for his wages. That's the one we picked up a couple episodes ago. Marcus Lundqvist, same thing, 130 a week. We loaned him out for 130 a week. So it's just like, if we weren't going to use them, we've loaned them out. Theo Shashmama, who may someday be a left back for us, loaned out for 130 a week. So over and over and over, you get the theme. We've loaned everybody out that we possibly could. Coming back here, we did sign Horatio Pontarelli. I can't remember if I showed that to you or not already, but $475 a week for a guy who's really better than our first teamer. Quite happy with that. He's going to rotate in quite a bit. We signed Gareth Hoyle, which I can't remember if I showed you that either, because we needed a backup goalkeeper. We did have to let our gray-headed guy go, unfortunately, because Linus Johansson was better than him, but that left us was essentially nobody, right? If you look here, like 1 star and then a blue 2.5 star. So this guy's English 18, 180 a week, but 2-star current ability, not that far off from first team level. Quite happy. He's got 4-star potential ability. He's a 2-year deal. So just kind of a band-aid situation, really. The rest of these aren't really all that exciting. So that's the ins and outs from a transfer standpoint. And then look at this. That's freeze. That's not what I wanted. It's like a massacre. Love our 33-year-old winger, gone. Giannis, who we wanted to keep, gone. I could have potentially trained him into being a center back. I wanted to keep him. We just couldn't afford him. Carlson, gray-headed goalkeeper, gone. Bengtson, who we tried to sell, striker, left winger, gone. Peter Larson, center back, unhappy, wanted to find a new team, gone. Really bad goalkeeper, gone. Lundberg, which is another center back / right back, not a very good one, but you know, he's the second best option on the team. We wanted to keep him. He'd love to come back, but he's not really worth bringing back, and we can't afford him, which is kind of sad, really, when you think about it that way. Salman, who I think we hadn't signed him. Okay. We loaned him out, I think. Gone. Like, just a lot of clear out the 45 a week youth prospects or the 110, 120 a week hot prospects that weren't that hot, that weren't going to make it. The big ones being Love, Jonas, Carlson, and probably Binkson. I think those were at least 500 a week. I mean, it was literally like fire sale. And then you can see, I guess, here is also some other ones that we got rid of. Nobody that you would know and recognize, but it was one of those things where you're just like, really? Like, really? That's what it's come down to? But we made it work. We've gotten the wage budget down. We did keep Dennis Yusuf, which I can't believe. We did the contract extension. He said he was good to stay with us, and then like the next week, a club that is getting relegated said they were interested in him, and he's like, hey, I want to go to him. And I was like, let's just see if they come in for you. And it was like, fair enough, mate. And then they stopped being interested in him, and now he's like, oh, I'm happy to stay. So like, I'm sure he's really not happy to stay, and he's waiting for like a good offer to come along. But for now, we've got him until the end of the year, and we need him. So that's good. And we also were able to reconfirm Simon Clayson and put him on a first team because he wasn't interested in the rotation. But we signed the other guy, Nicholas Johansson, so he's probably going to be more of a rotation, but he's 120 a week and did really well for us last season, if you remember. That's... Okay, last season, 24 appearances, 8 assists. So he did a good job. Probably not... Can I... Oh, I could change his status, but we won't do that just yet because we'll see how the season kind of plays out. This is the tactic we're rolling out, 4-2-3-1. Johansson on advanced playmaker because that's his best role. Yusuf, Ek, who we signed, Lundgren, the new center back, Lemny, Carlson, Kjell, Maquette, Anderson, who is back from injury, 28-year-old, probably going to be his last season with us because he's expensive. Andresen up top with the... We did bring... we had a comment, I can't remember, I don't have it pulled up right now, where... It was like, hey, bring this guy back from loan. Dennis Bergman, we did because he can play left, right, and center. Really more right and center, but that's fine because we need capabilities there. Relatively inexpensive. I'm going to actually take him off loan. Forgot to do that. So we can rotate him in and hopefully work on this heading and get him to be a little bit of a better player. It says he's surplus to requirements. It's like, our requirements must be pretty high. Noah Julian, whatever the French midfielder, is going to be in here as a hot because he was cheap enough to keep around. That's why we loaned out some of the other youngsters because they were on 500 a week and he's on 130. So we can help those wages get covered and use him in the meantime. Marcus Molson can cover this area. Nalda covers the right. Batashivli, Demir, whatever, is going to cover the left and really the strike role. Jovanovic on the bench. Jakob Lung, one of our youngsters. Center back Teveld, who had a smashing game somewhere in preseason. It was like a 9.9 with 3 goals and 3 assists. Or maybe that was Nalda. I'll show you. Immerslund is still around. Hopefully get him some games. But again, he was the cheaper option to keep around. Yep, Jensen is definitely going to be getting some time. Probably on an inside forward role because he's right-footed. He could cover the winger, but we've got 2 wingers on the right, so we need more really coverage on the left. And then Eric Nilsson is our 16-year-old right back backup. This is the kid when we brought him in during the youth intake day that I was like, he really is better as a winger because he can't mark or tackle. And now he's our backup right back because we had to get rid of everybody else. Like Bergman can cover there. It is slightly better, but Bergman doesn't know the role as well. It's just not ideal, my friends. So that's been 15 minutes, but it's been a huge transfer window. And I think it was worth going through all that to show you, like, that's how we got the wage budget down. Let me show you, what was it here? Who had the 9.9? 9.9. Naldo, 3 goals and 3 assists. Unbelievable. I mean, to be fair, it was, again, Division 3 side, but still, a 9.9 with 3 goals and 3 assists is impressive. We did host the Money League, which I have been doing in my Journeyman saves against better teams. It made us about 50 grand, which when you're 1.6 million in debt, every 50 grand helps. And these were about 2 to 3,500 in profit for us. So our game today we're going to show you is IK Sirius. This is the group. I guess I should show you. This is the group that we've been drawn into in the cup. Sirius is an Alsenvansken team. Geffel IF is I guess it's GIF, whatever. That they're in our league, if I can get words out. And then Nykopings Bis is a Division 1 team. So we've got one of every level. One above us, one with us, one below us. That's our group. If you go to the group stage here and you look at the rules, come on, boys. There you go. If you look at the rules, winners qualify for the group. No, that's the second round, isn't it? Top team qualifies for the quarterfinal. That's it. That's it. So we've got our work cut out for us there. We're going to play the big team today and see how that goes. Let me know what you think about all the transfers. It was a lot of work. Like, that's the most work I put in a transfer window in a long time. It's like, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, loan, 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 loan. And I was trying to get loans out to, like, Division 1 clubs, because most of the players, it says, like, is well suited to Division 1. So, like, if we send them to Division 2, they don't maybe develop as well, and they are kind of unhappy. Like, I had somebody last season that was like, that was a waste of my time. And it's like, well, sorry, they paid your wages. So, for the most part, I was trying to do that, and that takes a lot of time. So, all right, let's go play. I'm going to hop forward now. We'll play the serious game. Just thought I'd point this out. Our loanee Vessel Vickard with a 9.0 at Eskilstuna City, which is in the 2nd division, playing IK Oldevold, who is in the Super in our division, in the cup. And the 2nd division team, 2 divisions below, beat them 4-0. Way to go, Vessel. Nice job, mate. Good thing Johan Palmquist is there as well. They picked up a bunch of our players, so I just thought that was interesting. Here we go. Can we cause the upset against the big team? 13-8 odds because we're at home, maybe? We are going to play 4-4-2 counter just because. Okay, a draw in the other game, so I'm curious how this works. Like, is it because teams aren't match sharp yet? I mean, because we played it. Oh, look at all the... Welcome to the team, lads. Let's look here. New goalkeeper. Oh, he gets the number 1. Congrats. Even though you're not starting. New center or backup goalkeeper, starting center back, backup left back, backup center back, starting / backup midfielder, really first team midfielder, backup right winger, and backup striker. And they both want the number 8. Hilarious. Oh man. But I wonder, since it's early in preseason, if like that result with Eskilstuna City, is that because the other teams aren't match sharp? Because we've worked our way up to 90% because we played so many friendlies. Sure. Oh. Come on, boys. We're at home. Let's do it for the home fans. Or is it that like the clubs don't send their best? Like I don't understand the setup where you play the first 2 rounds of the previous season and then you have a group round in the preseason of the next season. I'm sure someone's explained that from last episode, but I'm still confused and I don't get it. Why wouldn't it be in the same season? That's weird. It's just weird. Like, I can even see if if the rounds started in preseason, right? Like, and you did it all at the beginning part of the season, kind of like it is, I think, in Iceland, that would even be okay. But like, to have round 1 and 2 in the previous season and then go all the way to next season to the group stage and wrap everything up before the season starts, just seems like Bizarro World to me. Okay, boys, come on, get back for that. Get back for that. Oh, watch the run. He's running right past you. That's where. Well, at least it wasn't the guy that ran past the left back. Progress. Oh, we've been on top of him too. Really. I mean, half chance. More possession, more shots, more off-target shots. We're in the game. If possessions go, we may go 4-2-3-1. We may take off one of the strikers. I'm not sure. Or 4-2-4. We'll go crazy. Because you have to win the group if you want to get to the quarterfinal. So, the expectations of the previous board, I haven't even looked for this season, but the previous board wanted us to get to the group stage. So we've done that. Carlson gets his foot stuck in there and then passes it right to the guy right. Like, it's like one opponent is covering two guys. How did that ball get past two people? My goodness. Flicks it on. Try again. Away. Oh, it's continuing. That makes you nervous. I thought he was going to two-footed lunge him, to be honest with you. I definitely thought that's what was going to happen there. Ball in of the goalkeeper who's in no man's land. Right, lads. Can we... Yeah, forget it. Let's do this. Let's do this action. Let's try it. Get rid of your discipline. We don't need that garbage. We'll just put everybody on attack. We're 2 goals down. You could argue we've been in the game, but if we've been in the game on counter, maybe we'll be more in the game on control, is my thinking. And getting more people forward. Oh, I thought, like, just nudge it in with your shoulder, lad. Demand more. Maybe it's you all. You're here. We lose games. It's disappointing. Carlson. Oh, lovely highlight that was. Nice collection. That's not what I wanted to show you. No, I'm not going to specifically man mark. I am going to yell. Show me something else. You look awful. So 4-2-4. Yeah, we're familiar with that. That makes sense. We're really leaving the Yusuf and Johansson out to dry in the midfield. But hey, mates, you're on your own. Maybe the wingers get back a little bit, but we need you to take care of all this. Pass. Pass, mate. Pass. Come on. Lundgren, new center back. Gray-headed. Loving it. We only sign gray-headed players, apparently. Or maybe they come to me and they're like, oh, mate, I want to be like you. And they get it done. They get it done. Kjall bombing down the right wing with the speed of an antelope. Maybe. Batishvili, what a lovely move, Demir Batishvili. Shvili. I'm never gonna get that right. Demir. Come on, boys. We're back into it. We got them on their heels. Look at this. 12 shots, 5 on target, 2 half chances. We should have been playing control the whole time. My goodness. What is our center back doing up there? Oh, no. Oh, no. Now it's a one-on-one at the back with a right back. Carlson collects. What's he going to do? Is he going to go goalkeeper? Is he going to get dispossessed? Left back to right back on the left side. Makes you nervous. Where's the team? Get back. Oh, nice job, Johansson, getting your foot stuck in there. Yusuf, is he going to bomb it forward? Oh, draws 2 defenders. I thought we were going to exploit the space back there. Okay, he kind of got past him, and then we did nothing with it. Anybody want that? Nope. That's fine. Do as you like. Lemney with a nice step forward there to disrupt that. The highlight continues. Yusuf Andresen, who's our advanced forward, is way back, collecting the ball. He smashes it home. Mons Kjol. Yes, my friends. Concentrate, lads. We want a victory. We've scored 2 goals, and what is that? Like, when was the first goal? Was it in the first half? No, because we were down 2-0. So we scored 2 goals in like 8 minutes. Close him down. Yes. I don't like specifically telling one person to track another because that just seems like you can be exploited. Kjall, back to Yusuf, who's covered, but he gets to Andresen, who smacks it. Kind of smacks it. He kind of lofted it. He hit it. It wasn't like a rocket. We've scored 3 goals this half. Am I remembering? I feel like I'm blacking out to where we didn't actually score 3 goals this half, and like 1 was at the end of the other half. But no. Boys, can we make it 4? We are all over them. All over them. Yeah, he's a danger. He's going to score now that I said that, but I'm not tightly, or I'm not specifically telling somebody to mark him. There he goes. There he goes. That's the one. We're going to penalty, aren't we? We're going to penalty, aren't we? Watch. Oh, what was that? Oh, gosh. Okay, our right back is on a yellow and not playing. Oh, do we bring in... We don't even have the youngster on the bench. That's good. That's good. We are going to take Lemony off and bring in Bergman, though. 6.6? No. Do we just leave it? Elka's on a 6.5. We've got a good option there, so we'll do that. Whoop. Concentrate, lads. Pontarelli. Penalty. I don't even know who we have for penalties. Oh, Baldwin Anderson, 15 and 11. After that, it's a bit shaky, lads. Yes. Okay. Pausing. We are now going to be going 4-4-1-1. So we still have some attacking prowess potentially. Let's do that. Get a little bit more support. You can go deep lying playmaker. I know that's not his best role, but he can play there. And we're going to drop our wingers to support. If it goes poorly, we can go 4-2-3-1. But let's just do a little structure, a little retained possession. We don't need another goal. I'm actually going to drop these guys back to defend. This is a massive result, my friends. What a second half. I have faith in you. We're up 2 goals. That's why I have faith in you. This is big. If you can beat the team in the league above you, again, I don't know what their match sharpness is. But that would bode well not just for the group stage of the cup, because they may be sending out their, U21 squad. I don't know. Oh, but it would also potentially be an indicator of our season, right? If you can beat the team that's in the league above you, I'm just saying. I know it's preseason, so it probably means nothing. But we did get relegated, so we should have a relatively strong squad to compete with that level. I probably should have substituted somebody else, but just dive on it. Oh, what are you doing? Going for a walk. Ooh, what are you doing? He could have just jumped on the ball. Instead, he goes outside the box. Oh, I thought that was going to go sour for us. Kjell takes his man on, right, and gets dispossessed. Nicely. Nice retain of possession. Come on, ref. I mean, this is just end of highlight, isn't it? Yes. That's massive. Show the team know we appreciate their efforts. Not aggressive. You've done... Oh, come on, lads. You've done brilliantly to come back. Very happy that... Oh, do you not care that you're on an 8.2? You impressed me. Not a lick of them care. Maybe they don't care. Maybe nobody in the league cares about the cup. I would think you would. Way to go, Theo. Plaudits. First half. Because that was all second half, right? Yes. 4 goals in the second half after giving up 2 in the first half to that guy. My goodness. I want to see... this is a little early to be doing this, but let's go take a look at the rules. Okay, if you are in the groups, you get nothing for winning. Quarterfinal, you get nothing for winning. Nothing for winning. You qualify for the Europa League. And you qualify for the Svensken Supercupen. Whatever that is. Is there any money anywhere in this league? Where's the Svensken Supercupen? Anybody? Oh, it's going to be all these divisions, isn't it? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Apparently there's no prize money, so maybe that's why teams aren't taking it as seriously. We still want to make a run, though, because if we get to the Europa League, like, obviously, we'd like to do that. Well, no, if we even win our league, we're not in the Europa League, so that would be massive. That'd be a way to get some income into the team, and then we could get promoted. Things looking good, my friends. All right, when we come back, we're going to show you both of these games because I think that makes sense. This becomes important, even though we have to think of quarters, semis, and finals. So like 3 more games after if we can get through our group. But we beat the top team. If we could beat these 2 teams, or at least somehow end up top of the group, that's a potential huge thing for the club. And then we'll get into the season after that in the next episode. But let me know what you think about all the transfers and about the cup. If you know anything about the Svenska Cupen groups, let me know. Do teams not take it seriously, or why is it in preseason in the previous rounds? I don't even understand that. But we'll see you next time, my friends. Have a good one.